All right, so as you can see here, it looks like Ready or Not is adding a mission editor to the game. Now, I've already read a little bit, but so far I'm just going to try to sum it up as quick as possible, just so we can kind of get to the good stuff. So there is a mission editor coming. It's coming in the next few weeks, whatever that means exactly. I don't know, but it's coming as part of the 1.5.1 update for Ready or Not. And of course, they were saying, be expecting other bug fixes and more content for the game along with the mission editor in the future. So that's definitely a good thing to hear. Now there are suspect AI modifiers. So that will mean that you can change the suspect's appearance, weapons, and behaviors as well as civilians, which is really awesome. But it does look like main characters required in the mission. So say, for example, like Michael in 23 megabytes is a required character because it's like related to the story. I don't think that you're going to be able to remove them. It does say note mission specific characters who are objectives named or otherwise required may remain. So when it does come time to test out these things and learn these things, if this is still the case when it's released, I'll be going over it and talking about it when it actually comes out. So let's keep going on. So for players who want more elusive encounters, suspects can be assigned the cowardly archetype. So they are more likely to hide behind or under objects in missions. So as I said, you can obviously basically cater to any design that you want for the suspects or the civilians, which is going to be really awesome for making a bunch of variables in the game, which is obviously what we've been asking for. Multiple archetypes are included within a mission's archetype pool. The mission will randomly use archetypes from that pool for eligible AI, suspect to mission-specific rules and required characters. Same archetype pooling approach is present in civilian AI customization too. So obviously all these types of behaviors like being really stubborn or running off, you can modify the AI civilian as well. And as it says here, you can change the weapon's primary suspect if they have a backup weapon, aka a pistol. And of course you can, as it says really shortly here, right here, suspects. So with knives and bomb vests. So if you just want to put a bunch of bomb vests or suspects with knives, basically aka zombies with an aggressive, crazy, behavior archetype, then you basically just have zombies, which is going to be really fun for a lot of people. You don't need mods. It's definitely going to be really fun for people who haven't been able to experience mods, especially if you're on Xbox or, any console really. So that's going to be really fun. And obviously here's a little suggestion from themselves. You can see that says, perhaps you only want one suspect on 23 megabytes a second. You can do that too. Or at another level, you might want to manhunt by setting civilians for the maximum and then using the cowardly archetype with a concealed weapon for the primary suspect. So there's you have to do weapons check and making sure you are actually maintaining your, ROE and all that stuff. So that's going to be really, really fun. Oh, there's just so many ideas I have for this. It's going to be amazing. SWAT AI modifiers are geared toward modifying the combat effectiveness of your SWAT NPC officers, although containing less variables than suspect AI. These modifiers include SWAT visual stimulus reaction, morale damage by SWAT activity, and morale damage by SWAT activity multiplier. Examples of SWAT activities that cause morale damage include compliance commands and less lethal weapons, kicking in doors, gunfire, and ordnance usage. So this looks like it sounds like it's saying, hey, if you are annoyed with your AI, you can actually modify essentially their reaction time and morale damage by SWAT activity, which I assume is referring to the actual suspects getting yelled at by SWAT. Or let's say, so for example, if a SWAT blows through a door with C2, it's supposed to demoralize the suspects, essentially, making them either less effective or behave in a particular type of pattern based on their archetype of behavior. So I'm not quite sure exactly what some of this other stuff means, but it does look like it just says you can basically modify how effective your SWAT AI are and their reaction time and how effective they are at like yelling, for example, and what that actually does to a suspect in terms of its effectiveness, essentially. And of course, we have AI modifiers. Civilians share a subset of modifiers available for suspects without the same emphasis on combat. These modifiers will change how compliant civilians are and adjust their civilian behaviors and archetypes. For example, the prisoner archetype will result in civilians being pre-restrained upon entering a level. This can be used as a quality of life measure for players who want to run through plus civilians to restrain or to emulate hostage type situations. That's very cool. So obviously you can have them, you know, pre-tied up and make cool scenarios as well. So that's going to be awesome. Player modifiers. Okay, this is interesting. I don't think I've seen this. Whoa, what is this? Okay, the amount of player health can be modified, as can the max number of bandages. Oh boy, ceramic is going to become much more popular. I can see this update. With this setup, players can choose to enhance how hardcore a given mission is with only 50 HP. Any shot that defeats armor could be immediately lethal to a player. With only one bandage, players only have one opportunity to stem a bleeding wound. This could be very crazy. This is going to be insane. There's going to be so many challenge runs now. All right. Miscellaneous modifiers. A select number of miscellaneous mission-related modifiers can be changed too, which affect how the mission presents itself or how the complexity is offered. How much complexity is offered. So the length of the bomb timers in a bomb threat mission, multi-selectable door trap types, enabling disabling default character spawns, max. Oh, that's very cool. So I'll just keep reading. Sorry, I'm so excited now. Max locked doors percentage, max open door percentage, and chance of suspect suicide can be modified. Okay, able to change the maximum number of doors that can open, create an increased challenge due to suspects having increased sightlines through the level, the contract, the max AI level. Yeah. So it looks like you can make it so obviously what they're talking about is a percentage of door is locked whenever you are going into a specific mission. So certain missions will always have the doors locked, right? So if you go to the lawmaker mission, I believe it's called, and all the outside doors are locked because it's like a mansion, right? It makes sense for security and blah, blah, blah. Logically, it makes sense. And the rest of the doors inside are majority opened. Maybe like one's locked or something. But then you can obviously change that modifier so that like 100% of the doors are locked. So every door is locked or every door is opened. It's going to be crazy. So another thing that's really crazy is changing the bomb threat timers. That would be really crazy. And of course, the biggest thing probably, and most notable thing, character spawns. So let's say you're, newer to the game and you want to play again. You can make it so you can respawn your character. So that's going to be very fun and very cool. Going to create for a lot of fun game modes for sure that I might make figured out in the future. But anyway, so a short patch preview, a video containing short. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's take a look at this real quick. All right. Oh wow. Okay, so we got the G16C fix here. It only kind of took forever. That's nice to actually have a functioning weapon. Awesome.
Drop the weapon. Police,
okay.
Hands on your head.
I hear you, Holmes. I'm not gonna do nothing.
Hands on your head. Move. Get down. And watch.
Fixed occasion random suspect is unable to shoot this or surrender. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, here we go. Hosted Xbox can only have one client in lobby. Okay, that sucks. Double doors, breach, blah, 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 stuck. Yep, that's true. That's happened to me. If someone achievements cannot be unlocked. Well, that's really lame. People not getting achievements. Crashes after ordering, so I just take up and order. Yep. Yep. Okay, that's those are all nice changes. So that's really good. Coming weeks, guys. Coming weeks. Hopefully they don't add new glitches to it. All right, so those are good changes, and we got some conclusion here. Okay, so mission editor affords you increased replayability, unique gameplay situations through its deep modifier. Yep, sweet. For AI characters and gameplay variables, swapping some appearance of suspects and blah blah blah. Yeah, so this is really awesome. So this is basically the end of the video, but I'm just going to talk about it just like for like a minute or two. This is absolutely going to change the replayability of this game, and also it's going to create a lot of fun dynamics. And for me personally, it's also going to create a lot of fun opportunities to play games with my viewers in really, really fun ways and make different types of challenges. So I'm definitely looking forward to this kind of thing. I think the most important thing that I've seen from this update, aside from like some of the really, really important fixes, I'd like to see an ARWC fix, of course, and an F90 fix with the leaning behavior where the shells of the weapon ejected will actually kick you out of your free lean because it actually behaves as an object and knocks you out as if it's an object in the way, or an obstruction rather. So that's really annoying. Definitely going to have a lot of people who are doing challenge runs, since there's going to be like, you know, a one-shot kill basically, because you're going to have no health. Obviously, it sounds like you maybe even increase your health a little bit more. Pray for some interesting ideas and concepts for playing. But yeah, it's just catering to this is just so important, especially your console viewers, essentially, or your console, the people who are on console and playing the game. It's definitely going to be really helpful for replayability and enjoyment across the board for everybody. For mods, a lot of people will use mods already on PC, but those who don't have access to it, like consoles, will definitely enjoy this. And I will definitely enjoy this too, because I'm usually not a person who uses mod for various reasons, but this is going to definitely spice up the game. Hopefully there's not any issues with it. I'm sure there will be, because we'll be changing modifiers and everything else. That will obviously create a lot of issues, but I am very excited nonetheless with all of these types of things. You can see here Carries of the Vine mission in Buy Cheap Buy Twice mission here. So like different characters in different areas with different behaviors, different types of costumes and weapons. So, and behaviors, of course. So you can make it so it's like, oh, hey, you thought A New America was bad? Well, how about you make like stack up the maximum number of suspects in a new map? Let's say like the second map or something, 23 megabytes, and then you just pump as many hostiles as you can with the highest tactics and the best weapons and the best armor and everything else, bunch of health and, you know, like high reaction time. It's going to be quite the sight. I'd be curious to see if a lot of people come back just to challenge themselves, you know, voluntarily without having these preset things already done for them. So definitely going to be a very good addition. I hope to see more changes and more fixes and more item changes, like adding more items, adding new behaviors, which is going to be awesome. Especially for adding a new behavior would be really good too, just because if you are adding a new behavior, you can also implement it into the missions with the mission editor. So that'd be a really awesome thing. So definitely give your guys' advice and thoughts about this to Void Interactive, and kind of let them know what you think about it, or if there's something you're worried about, because a lot of the time, if we don't speak up, a lot of the time they're not going to hear. And if there's enough people complaining about the same thing, it's probably going to get fixed most of the time. So that's all we can really hope for. But as I said, I still love this game. Very good game, and it's very unique. I have been playing a lot of other stuff, but anyway, that is going to be it for the video. Hopefully this is a positive change for Ready or Not and not a negative one. But that is going to be it for the video. Thank you for watching and have a good day.